A lovely Tuesday evening to you all. Welcome to Primetime News. I'm Salima Shimwe-Feleni. In tonight's top story, we begin with bilateral matters. President Dr. Hage Geingob on Monday met with members of the U.S. Congress in Washington, D.C. to discuss economic and business relations between the two countries. The head of state took the opportunity to thank the members of Congress for the Pfizer vaccines which Namibia recently received from the American government to fight the COVID-19 pandemic. Geingob further pledged the government's commitment in providing economic opportunities to the vast majority of Namibians. With the end of the year fast approaching, Minister of Health and Social Services Dr. Kalumbi Shangula has called on Namibians to get vaccinated, saying history has shown that COVID-19 cases spike during the festive season, given the many gatherings that come along with it.
Shangula made the call on Monday while receiving 201,600 doses of AstraZeneca vaccine donated by the Federal Republic of Germany to Namibia. He said COVID-19 cases tend to pick up during festive periods when there are a higher number of gatherings, especially family gatherings as well as travel. Shangula said, "I urge all fellow countrymen and women to get vaccinated so that before the end of November, the vast majority of the eligible population is vaccinated and protected from possible COVID-19 illness and hospitalization. We owe it to ourselves, our loved ones, our communities, and the nation at large to get vaccinated." He emphasized that it's been demonstrated in many countries, including Namibia, that persons who are not vaccinated are at greater risk of experiencing severe COVID-19 illness and losing their lives. The minister added, "COVID-19 deaths recorded in the country over the past few months were almost exclusively of persons who had not been vaccinated."
Still on COVID-19 related matters, the Ministry of Health and Social Services on Monday received 100,620 Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine doses from the United States government.
The donation, which was made through the Ministry of International Relations and Cooperation, forms part of the U.S. global effort to fight the COVID-19 pandemic through its initiated program pledge to provide at least 25 million of 80 million doses globally to Africa via its cooperation with the African Union, Africa's Center of Disease Control and Prevention, and COVAX. In her remarks while handing over the donation, U.S. Just Affairs Jessica Long said the donation will help Namibia stay healthy and protected from COVID-19.
The vaccines represent part of the U.S. government commitment to supporting Namibia's fight against the pandemic. And that commitment will continue. America has made a commitment to share U.S. vaccine supply with the world, and today we are proud to be sharing that with Namibia.
Receiving the donation, Health and Social Services Minister Dr. Kalumbi Shangula said the donation of Pfizer was an important addition in the portfolio of vaccines currently available in Namibia.
The Minister of Gender Equality, Poverty Eradication and Social Welfare on Monday handed over its government functions of social welfare to the country's 14 regional councils.
The Deputy Minister of Gender Equality, Poverty Eradication and Social Welfare, Bernadette Jag, represented her ministry when she signed off the functions to the chairpersons of each regional council. The Minister of Urban and Rural Development, Erastus Uthoni, under which the regional councils fall, also signed as a witness for the government's decentralization transition. Uthoni in his remarks said the social welfare function is an important arm of government as it plays a pivotal role in the lives of pensioners, orphans and people living with disability. He said it is this function that is in charge of the old age, disability and orphan social grants, as well as the funeral benefits of pensioners. The minister further said the functions join the regional councils with its human personnel, authority, and all its capital resources.
Stand by for your top roundup. In celebration of World Tourism Day, the Minister of Environment, Forestry and Tourism, Pohamba Shifeta, on Monday extended an invitation to potential travelers, saying despite the COVID-19 pandemic, Namibia is a safe tourist destination.
World Tourism Day is observed under the United Nations World Tourism Organization annually on 27 September to raise awareness on the significance of tourism and its effects on social, cultural, political and economic values worldwide. In his commemoration media statement issued on Monday, Shifeta said through the ministry, Namibia continues to work on adaptable and flexible COVID-19 health protocols and standard operating procedures for all tourism businesses to ensure the sector's full recovery. Shifeta assured, tourists are welcome to Namibia and it is safe to travel to Namibia. You are safe here. He indicated that as the world celebrates the day under the theme Tourism for Inclusive Growth, for Namibia inclusive growth and sectoral transformation are inevitable and encompass, amongst others, tourism development at rural and community level, as well as digitalization. Shifeta noted that a positive trend in international tourist arrivals is being observed since mid-2021, adding that the ministry is working in collaboration with private sector and all developmental partners to see the full recovery of the sector through aggressive marketing steps, attracting new markets, as well as introducing relevant policy interventions. He also noted that Namibia recently launched a domestic tourism campaign aimed at promoting tourism to the local travelers and providing an opportunity for domestic travelers to capitalize on the generous travel incentives provided by the tourism sector.
The Basic Income Grant Coalition has rejected consultancy proposals for the evaluation of the Ministry of Poverty Eradication's policy framework blueprint on wealth distribution and poverty eradication, stating that it raises questions as there are currently no substantive initiatives worth evaluating.
Big Coalition member Renani Mufutwa in a statement said, while we appreciate the external evaluation of government policies can be helpful to identify successes and shortcomings in their implementation, this particular consultancy raises questions. Bidding for the consultancy proposal opened on the 10th of September 2021. Musutwa added, in 2019, the ministry presented the draft policy on social protection, which strongly urged for the immediate implementation of a universal child's grant. However, this has still not been implemented despite the strong empirical evidence that the current targeted child grant fails to reach a large number of children in need. Musutwa also said the current call for a consultancy to evaluate the blueprint has not resulted in visible new programs and seems to be a waste of scarce resources that could be used in the fight against poverty. Executive Director in the Ministry of Poverty Eradication and Social Welfare, Esther Lusapani, told NAMPA upon inquiry that these consultations are necessary as the ministry's 5-year program concluded last year. She said consultations should be carried out to evaluate the progress of these programs in order for the ministry to find various approaches to poverty alleviation that could be implemented for an extensive poverty mitigation guide.
We will be back shortly after the economics roundup and the weather forecast. In our sports news tonight, we begin with tennis. Kim Clijsters remained winless in her WTA comeback bid, crashing out of the Chicago Fall Tennis Classic in the opening round on Monday after losing in 3 sets to Taiwan's Hsieh Sue. AFP gives us more.
In the first career meeting between the pair, Hsieh battled past the former world number 1 6-3, 5-7, 6-3 in 2 hours and 18 minutes in Chicago, Illinois. Clijsters, who was playing in a first match of 2021, is trying to make a comeback after retiring from the tour in 2012. The 4-time Grand Slam singles winner is 0-4 since rejoining the tour last year. Hsieh said of the popular Belgian, "Outside the court she is very nice, very polite. I am lucky I did not play her 10 years ago." Clijsters was making her season debut after having knee surgery at the end of last year and a bout of COVID-19 earlier this year. Clijsters said, "I came close today, but I still have a good feeling. I've made progression, and I think that's the most important thing. What I'm looking at is that I'm improving overall, and that's the positive thing." Clijsters started quickly, taking a 3-0 lead before Hsieh won 8 straight games. Clijsters battled back from a breakdown in the second set to force a decider, but Hsieh played better on the bigger points to win the set. Clijsters has won a total of 6 Grand Slam tournament titles, 4 in singles and 2 in doubles.
Now on to football news. UEFA will not continue to pursue legal proceedings against the 3 clubs still committed to the European Super League. DPA gives us more.
While the 6 Premier League teams were embroiled in the formation of a breakaway league earlier this year quickly pulled out of the plans, Real Madrid, Barcelona and Juventus have continued to back the proposals. A Madrid court ruled last week that UEFA had to stop legal proceedings against those 3 clubs, and after initially suspending them, UEFA have now stopped them altogether. A UEFA statement read, "Following the stay of proceedings against FC Barcelona, Juventus FC and Real Madrid FC, and the matter related to a potential violation of UEFA's legal framework in connection with the so-called Super League, the UEFA appeals body has declared today the proceedings null and void as if the proceedings had never been opened. The PA news agency understands that the European governing body believes the pursuit of the proceedings does not serve in their best interest, but that their decision to end the court battle does not alter their stance on the Super League. UEFA, it is understood, would also restart a legal case should any attempts to kickstart the plans arise."
Your sports roundup is up next. And with that, we've come to the end of tonight's bulletin. Many thanks for tuning in. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe, like, share, and click on the notifications bell to stay up to date with the latest happenings locally and globally. Do add your comments as well in the comment section. From myself, Selima Shumwe Feleni, and the entire production crew, it's good night.